Hello everyone, we are Group 18. We will talk about membrane attack complex, MAC. MAC is protein complex and consists of some complements like C5b, C6, C7, C8, and C9. The role of MAC is to cause bacteriolysis. When bacteria enter our body, MAC is produced on membrane of the bacteria. MAC makes a hole on cell membrane and causes the bacteria to die because of osmotic pressure.
How does it activate? There are three ways to activate the complement system. All the three pathways involve the activation of C3, which is the most abundant and important of the complement system. Also, C5b9, called membrane attack pathway, is common to all pathways. Next, let's go on to how each pathway is activated. First, the classical pathway. It is triggered by the antibodies bound to the surface of the target. In detail, protein called C1q and C1s that are components of C1 interact with pathogen surface or with antibodies bound to surface. As you can see the figure, when C1 is activated, then C4 is activated, and then C2. Like this, each complement is activated next to next, and finally lead to the whole activation process.
Second, the alternative pathway. C3 is hydrolyzed little by little and binds to factor B in the blood. C3H2O combined with factor B activates a large amount of C3. After that, it proceeds in the same way as the classical pathway.
Let's introduce the third pathway, the lectin pathway. The lectin pathway is a pathway in which a protein called lectin recognizes the glycan on the pathogen's membrane and activates C4 and C2. Let me explain it with illustrations. First, a mannose-binding lectin called MBL binds to the glycans on the pathogen's membrane. Next, an enzyme called MBL-associated serine protease called MASP is activated. And there are two types of MASPs, MASP1 and MASP2. The complex of MBL and MASP has a structure similar to that of complement C1. This complex then activates C4 and C2, which are divided into A and B. C4b and C2a act as C3 convertase. The rest of the pathway follows the same sequence as the classical pathways.